Hello everybody, and how are you doing? This is your review of Raw and Smackdown week commencing the 3rd of April. Could you like and subscribe to my channel? Thank you very much. We are going up and up and up. Thank you to my supporters. I'm always here. You can rely on me every week to give you the recap. So Raw starts off with a WrestleMania recap, obviously going through all the main matches from the main event to the first match. Then it starts with Triple H basically coming out, recapping on WrestleMania, saying thank you to everybody, talking about the history of WrestleMania, and says thank you to the wrestlers, to the fans and everybody there. And he also wants you to acknowledge your tribal chief because he introduces Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns comes out with Solo and Paul H. Immediately Cody Rhodes comes out, and Cody Rhodes basically says he wants a rematch. And Roman says no, but then he goes, okay, let's do something today, then a tag match or something. As he said that, you go, okay, you can have Roman and Paul H said Cody can have a tag match, but he needs to find a partner, obviously. As he's talking about a partner, Brock Lesnar comes out. And basically Brock Lesnar is going to tag with Cody in the main event, so we'll see what happens there. Then we have Omos versus Elias in a squash match. Obviously, Omos wins, so they're keeping him strong. So let's see what happens there. I'm not sure why he lost to Brock Lesnar then, but anyway. Then the Usos turn up, and Roman basically says, Paul H basically says to the Usos, take the night off because you're not needed. That's that. Then there was a Hall of Fame throwback, showing all the entertainment and all the things that happened at the Hall of Fame, so that was great. Then there was a Bad Bunny interview. Bad Bunny says he's going to be the host of Backlash. So we will see what happens there. I'm sure something's going to happen there with Bad Bunny. As that happens, Rey Mysterio comes out. He thanks Bad Bunny for being there. And then Theory comes out, starts bragging about his win over John Cena. And obviously Theory and Rey go back and forth, which leads in nicely into a match. Then we have Rey Mysterio versus Theory in a decent match, but there was interference from Dom, and Theory got the victory. After the match was open, there was some back and forth with Bad Bunny and the Judgment Day, which then led to Bad Bunny getting beaten down by Priest and Dom. So we'll see what happens there. That's probably going to lead to a match at Backlash with Bad Bunny and probably Dom, or a match with Bad Bunny versus Priest, or a tag match with Bad Bunny Ray versus Judgment Day, one of the two. Then there was a recap on the Usos losing to Sami Zayn and KO. Great match. Go and watch it at WrestleMania if you haven't seen it. Then we had Priest and Adam Pearce basically having words over Bad Bunny. Then we go to Sami Zayn and KO. They come out, they're basically saying how they deserve to win, but their celebration is basically them having a fight. As they called out a tag team in the back, obviously the Street Profits comes out because they want the smoke, which then led into a match. You had Street Profits versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a really good match, but come on now, they ain't losing. Sami Zayn gets the win. Then we had the Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul highlights, which was a really good match. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Then we had an interview with Seth Rollins. He seemed really happy, obviously, about winning and beating Logan Paul and winning at WrestleMania. And then he goes, let me go to the ring so the fans can sing my song, which they did. Yeah, you know how it goes. Then we had Bobby Lashley in the back. Obviously, he won the Andre Giant Battle Royal. Then he was confronted by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed calling Bobby Lashley his uncle, talking about how he should teach Bronson Reed things, and they'll face off later down the line, which I didn't make much sense. Anyway, then Ali Mustafa turns up, starts talking about Bobby Lashley's negativity, and then Bobby Lashley basically beats him down for his trouble. Then we go straight into a match nicely. Ali Mustafa versus Bobby Lashley. Absolute squash match. Bobby Lashley wins. Then Roman and Solo and Paul H are talking about the tag match and if Solo is ready. Then we had Bianca Belair coming out saying she did it. She beat Oscar. Give respect to Oscar, which obviously we all should, because Oscar's awesome. Then Rhea Ripley comes out and she goes, basically at some point we will face off champ versus champ, which we'll probably see it happening at Survivor Series, so we'll see what happens there. Then we had Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Damage Control in a really good match, which Liv Morgan and Raquel won, so they'll now be earning a tag team title shot next week on Raw. Then we had The Miz come out complaining about surprises that happened to him at WrestleMania. He got surprised by Shane McMahon. He got surprised by Snoop Dogg. He got surprised by Pat McAfee, and he wasn't happy about it. And then he got another surprise because Matt Riddle is back, bro. And he obviously takes out Miz. Then we had Lita, Trish and Becky in the back celebrating their victory, and they said they're ready to defend them titles. Then in the main event of the evening on Raw, it's Roman Reigns and Solo versus Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. But the match didn't happen, because as the match was about to start, Brock Lesnar takes out Cody Rhodes, beats him down to a pulp, puts him through tables, F5 City, Suplex City, Steel Chair City, Steel Step City. He was stuck in prison in that city. So we don't know why he's done that. It seems to be Brock seems to be really angry at Cody for some reason. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out soon. So that was that. Then we go into Smackdown. Smackdown starts with the Brute versus Imperium in a really good match. But in the end, Sheamus got the pin. Then we have a recap of Brock attacking Cody Rhodes for no apparent reason, but we'll find out on Raw. Then Paul H says he credits the Bloodline. Obviously gives credit to the Bloodline. Jay turns up, and then Jay's like, hey, where's Jimmy? Paul H tells Jay, Jimmy's not here tonight because Roman wants you to handle the situation on your own, because it's Jay versus Sami Zayn in the main event, and he wants also Solo to do some work as well, so we'll see. Then we had Ricochet versus Ivar from the Viking Raiders, really good match, but in the end, Ricochet won. Then we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens speaking about Sami Zayn facing Jay, but Sami had felt uneasy. He said he needs to speak to Jay to clear the air or whatever he needs to do. He feels obliged to talk to Jay, so we'll see what happens there later in the show. Then we had Raquel and Liv Morgan versus Shotzi and Natalia in a good match with Liv Morgan won. Then we had LA Knight in the back basically getting mad at Xavier because Xavier's there playing computer games, so LA Knight called him out. Then we had Triple H coming out, obviously talking about how great WrestleMania was, and he wants to talk about the future, which the future is the WWE draft, and apparently this is going to shake everything up, so we'll see. Then he introduced Rhea Ripley. Obviously Rhea Ripley comes out, she wants everybody to rise in her greatness as she wants to be, or feels she is the biggest star in wrestling. Then Finn calls out Edge for splitting his head open, and he's not happy about that. And then Damian Priest starts talking about Bad Bunny, and basically it's not a good look for what's happened. And then Dom gets on the mic and gets absolutely booed out the building. As they're talking, as Dominic's trying to talk, Rey Mysterio comes out with the LWO. Then it turns to a tag match, Santos and Rey versus Dominic and Damian Priest in a really good match, but in the end, Rey Mysterio lost, in fact, and Dominic Priest won. Then we had a announcement, Shinsuke Nakamura is coming back. Where has he been? Does anyone know where he's been? Has he been injured? I actually forgot he was there. But yeah. But then in the main segment of the evening, well, leading into that, you have Sami Zayn talking to Jay, basically saying to Jay, hey, the bloodline's over. I've taken your titles, it's crumbling, get out while you can. While he was saying Jay that, then KO got attacked by Solo. Then it goes into the main match of the night with Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn in a really good match. But come on now, obviously there was interference from Solo, which then Jay got the victory. After the bell, then Sami Zayn got beat down after the bell. He couldn't get help from KO because obviously KO's incapacitated. And then who came for the save? Bro. Riddle's back. Riddle came for the save. Obviously, Solo apparently did beat down Riddle before he left and got written off. But now he's back, so obviously he's after the bloodline. So yeah, that's your review of Raw and SmackDown. And like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you very much.